Welcome everyone to CPA-fol episode 68. And this one's going to be a good, I'm looking forward to this episode. It's going to be fantastic. We're pretty much just going to be like shooting quick at you all, rapid fire of our takes on the Death Star images that we have from the leaks. Of course, I am joined by All Out Brick. Christian has been kind enough to join from vacation, take about an hour or so. We're going to try and keep this pretty condensed, get all our thoughts in an hour. So thanks for joining. I hope everything's going well over there.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for hitting me up earlier this week, and I'm absolutely pumped. This is something that we've talked about for months. We each have had several different streams talking about this. So now that the leaked images are here, like it's only right to continue the path. So yes, of course, I'm going to take some time out of my vacation here, and go over it with you. I can't wait to go through all of our thoughts for it, and also kind of see everybody else's reactions as well.
Oh, I'm excited because I know, like you said, you have said since the beginning that since this came out, you were hyped. You were day one, you're going to buy this, you're going to build it all in one stretch. And I knew that was always on your play. I'm kind of on the opposite side. I wasn't, super high in the thought of it just because that $1,000 price tag. In my mind, there's so many other things, Lego-wise even, that you could buy for that much. But because I know we're kind of on like, not opposite sides of the spectrum, coming into this before the knowledge we have now, but just the overall mindset of like, you're like, yes, Death Star, and I'm coming on the other side of, maybe, probably not.
It'll be a completely different. I mean, I can tell you for sure, I sided on the group of people who, when the images first came out, felt like a massive gut punch. So to go further into that'll be fun, because yes, it is completely different in my perspective, since the announcement was like, okay, yep, I am getting this. I am sitting down and building it straight as long as it takes me. I can't wait. This is going to be, I did a prediction about the shapes, or the set shape. I'm sure everybody had the same. Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Don't have it on the screen just yet, but yeah, no, we'll be walking through that because I want to go through predictions that I had once we knew there were different rooms, going through predictions of what I thought they would make versus what we actually know now. So I'll be excited to get into those. But let's just, not waste any time.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
So for those of you who have just joined, make sure you like the stream, leave a like down below. Also subscribe if you're new here. But getting right into it, of course, I have the picture on the screen for you and for the chat. This, just a little behind the scenes of the leak, it looks like it's in some sort of warehouse, so I can only imagine that someone is no longer employed by this.
No shot.
Whether it's a third-party warehouse or a Lego official warehouse, I can only imagine this person is...
My bigger concern is, number one, of course, they're definitely not there anymore, but does this break any sort of NDA that I don't know who has to sign what? But that's kind of where my hope is. I hope that doesn't infringe anything further than just, all right, you're fired.
That could be. I know if I was working at a warehouse, there's no shot I'd be sneaking photos, because you can send it to 1-2 friends that you trust, and all it takes is one person to be like, oh well, you trust this person, but then that person, they trust this person, then that person, and it just. Whew, I can only imagine that's probably how this went down. Like, oh, guys, don't look what I just saw. Don't share it with anyone.
Something like that.
Oh my goodness.
A chain reaction fitting of the set itself.
I know you can't see this, but Get Cooped in chat just said that Lego warehouse employee did get fired. Coworker spotted them taking the pic and snitched.
Oh, that's not the way it should have happened.
Oof.
You hate to see it go down that way, but
but here we are today talking about this potentially wonderful set. Yeah, we appreciate your sacrifice to what maybe it was a Both Spy or something, making a sacrifice to get us this information. So your predictions, which I'll keep here on the screen, because we can talk about minifigs first.
Yeah,
is what we can go with. So you had couple of must-haves, and scanning through these must-haves, I think everything made it.
Yeah, other than the stormtroopers, I had said it gotta have at least 2. Like, that is a definite, and I think during that initial stream that I had, I kind of went further in detail of like, yeah, probably going to see more, but at minimum there needs to be two. So I think it's all the must-haves, and those are fairly straightforward predictions.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think we hit it right on the head there.
Yep. And I believe actually we're getting, and we have the figs here, so I don't have to totally guess. But there are
Yeah.
duplicates, so some of your guesses were also, like we're getting a Stormtrooper New Hope, Luke, and Han Solo, and a
Yeah. So
normal
those are my
wear.
probables though. I knew the
Ah,
stormtroopers were
there
coming
you
too.
go.
The Luke and the Han. So were sitting in the probables.
So far, I mean, we got Tubes, we've got Luke Skywalker Stormy, Han
Hmm.
Solo Stormy, R2, C3PO, Imperial officers.
That's
I know we
vague.
definitely have at least two of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, like you said, still pretty safe here. I think the mouse droid. I don't know if there's actually a mouse droid.
So yeah, no, there's not on the top of the box, but it
Yeah,
technically isn't a minifigure. So there's
it
I
would be
imagine
a
there
shame.
has to be
It would be a
one.
crying shame if there weren't
Yeah.
like at least
There
one,
has to be.
hopefully two, because they're always running around.
Yeah. There
But
has to be at least one. But
you'd think so. Then of course
Director
Imperial
Krennic,
Gunner. We've
yeah.
got, I believe there's an Imperial Gunner. We'll go next to the next slide.
Hmm.
I think there's one. There's definitely one Royal Guard. Um,
Yeah. I think there should be two. There
okay,
should be two.
sweet. And then like you have here, we do have a. I know we have that Imperial droid, that protocol droid.
Yep.
I don't.
That's basically what I was referring to when
Yep.
miscellaneous, like it
Yep.
could have been kind of, but that is what I had in mind.
Sweet. Sweet. And then yeah, this so I remember when I think it was when we were talking about it. I know definitely
Yeah.
when I was talking about other people and some people were throwing out Rogue One speculations and I was
Hmm.
like, "No, guys, come on. We're not getting Rogue One
But they're a
minifigures
part of it.
characters. They are.
They're on the Death Star.
Yeah.
Well,
D-
one of them.
does Krennic does he go to
Yeah.
he goes to the
Yeah.
Death Star? Okay.
That's when
Okay.
we get
Okay.
introduced. Or well, he's not on it, but he's in the vicinity. He's on Tarkin's destroyer.
He's-
Because that's how we're first
Okay.
introduced to Tarkin in Rogue One. Is we see out the bridge, we can see the Death Star being assembled after he tells
Yeah.
Krennic to
Yep.
buzz off or whatever.
Yep.
So he gets close to it.
Which actually that makes sense because, and we'll get into it. Which we are. I mean, we already saw it. It's right here. So, Krennic and Galen probably the best
Yeah.
figure in the whole set.
Yeah.
They're not in the Death Star. Which now that how you're explaining it makes sense because they don't have a spot. They don't have a scene in here.
Right.
However,
What do you think is between them? I don't know if there's been a clear answer. I think it's the system that Jin uses on Scarif to access the data file. Or it's some
Okay.
sort of reference to the data
Yep.
file. That's what I think it is.
I could see it. Just some sort of console. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
probably stickers in that little bit there. But
Yeah.
no, that would make perfect sense.
Or like does it
me.
have Arabesh that says like Stardust or something somewhere in the
That would be cool. That would
I
be a
think
nice,
that's
a really
possible.
awesome Easter egg. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if like this thing here looks the same as this thing here, whatever sticker. Like you know how they do
Yeah.
minifigure heads, or,
Yeah.
like as to be like a hologram. It may be that, but probably if it's just a white blob there. But no, that's yeah, and it's cool. I was just kind of as we're coming to this conclusion that yeah, they were never. I don't believe they were on the Death Star. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility that
Mm.
Galen Erso was on the Death Star as he was engineering it. But regardless,
I would I would wonder, yeah. Regardless, but I would kind of think it's probably the same because unless he's going out there to inspect their welds, I don't think he'd get too up close.
that's true. No, that's fair. Going into the sleepers, as you called them, of course those bottom two we can just shoo out of there and be completely fine with that.
Those were deep, yeah. So those
Yeah,
we
yeah, no, I
definitely
get
can
you.
chop off. But I was coming from the angle of technically the Death Star 2 is in the sequel trilogy, so this could be a
Could
time for
be.
Disney to be like forcing
Yeah.
minifigures in there.
Oh yeah,
Didn't happen though, thankfully.
correct. So Commander Tien Jerjerrod, is he one that we actually got? Because I know we have a
think
handful.
so. I think so
course,
because he would
Wedge and
take
Lando
place.
we can knock out.
we can knock both of those out. I think Scout Troopers as well. Jerjerrod would have shown up in probably that shuttle room is where he would have been. He is most famous for the arrival of Vader in Return
Okay.
of the Jedi. So I don't know if
Yeah.
he specifically called out, but I almost feel like
Oh,
it was either,
he's got to be one of those, you'd think.
ooh, yeah, I don't know if he specifically is called out, but that is what his scene is. So close enough.
And let's see if we can. I mean, I doubt it, but he would be. Was he a Moff or a
No, he was captain, I think.
Tan
Ah,
Jerjerrod? Like he may have replaced Tarkin eventually down the line. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Rank of Moff. Eventually granted the rank of Moff, but I don't know if he was a Grand Moff.
no,
So
because
he
he
may
was
have
on the
just
Death
been one
Star.
of the.
Yeah,
Yeah. Either so, it would probably say Tien Jerjerrod. I know we've got a list somewhere.
it
Coop, is
would.
there a list in here?
Off of first glance, I don't see him, but I don't know. Maybe it was when those figures were getting very heavily rumored right before the leak. I thought I saw that because I do remember a moment when I had seen the name drop and was like, "Oh, wow, I'm gonna be pumped if that one actually hit for one of
Yeah.
the sleepers." But
Oh yeah.
I think if not that, the only one, and I'm pumped that I did have Galen Urso as a sleeper because he did show up.
Yeah, and like we said, by far the best
And
picture or the best
And
minifigure.
from what we understand this far into it, he is the only exclusive one. Do I have that right? Theoretically, obviously, when we get closer looks at prints and land reviews, we might see something differently.
Yes.
But going in at this point, it feels like he's the only exclusive, behind the 1,000, sorry, $1,000 paywall. And yeah, the
We've got
Beach
this little
Trooper.
guy. We've got
Do
that
you
little
think that
guy.
we could see them show up? I feel like
I
that's got
hope
heavy
so. Oh my
heavy
goodness.
potential for I almost see it as like an advent calendar next year.
Oh, that would be, man. Because I think that fig is easily going to be $100.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
So for them to put it in a in something else would be.
I could see
Whew.
it doing with one, but not both. Like I don't know where else Galen would come into play, but the Beach Stormtrooper, like that could. I mean, do we know what the figures are for the gingerbread AT-AT? Like I have no like.
Nope. That one has been very on the hush hush, it seems, at least. I'm currently digging for. I know I've seen a list of minifigs somewhere. Coop, is that something you had?
Hmm.
Okay, so Coop says he's not in the set unless he's the unnamed naval officer next to the shuttle pilot. Which yeah, that would certainly
Could be,
make sense.
could be.
And great to see the TOT Star Wars this or that in the stream. Thanks for stopping by for a little bit. YOLO X, one mini kit could have saved this entire set.
Oh, that would have been
Uh,
so cool.
I feel like that's
There could
definitely
still be. There still could be.
yeah. That's definitely an underrated thing that Lego Star Wars is underutilizing too much. So I think because it's something that is in it's just inherently has multiples of, like a stormtrooper, like a clone.
Yeah.
They shouldn't shy away from putting these things in there because you try to collect however many 10, 20, 30 mini kits in Lego Star Wars. So my thought process is we got, and this is a very much a tangent, but we got one mini kit in one of the previous advent calendars. I think we should get a mini kit in every advent calendar. I know some people would definitely complain about that.
I mean, my perspective would be I'd like it if they did it in some sort of way where it was like not a serious collectible thing, but like if, in one set they included like a number one tile in somewhere and then like another set it had another number two. So it didn't actually like unlock or get you something. But if you were to build like 8, 10 Lego Star Wars sets, you would have all 10 of the mini kits, something
Okay.
like that. So I think it could be a cool Easter egg for them to build on, but also keep it as just that and not like, hey, you have to purchase this set to get this mini kit for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I could definitely get behind something like that where they just kind of throw in the connection to the Skywalker
Yeah.
saga.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Get Coop Dignitary, Hot Tub, Galen, Astromech are rookie figs, but the rest are mostly updated. Or I think you mean like new figs, but the rest are
Forgot
mostly
about the
updated.
dignitaries. Yeah, that one
Yeah,
is exclusive as well.
that's another one
I'm
that's gonna get spicy.
I'm glad that they did include that one though. Because it wasn't with the original throne room set, and understandably for what they were depicting in that diorama set. But for this, and it hasn't been in previous Death Stars to my understanding, this was the time to break it out.
100%. And I do wish they had a darker purple. I know that's the
I
Lego
know.
purple, but
Yeah.
it is a little like, ew, oh, because if you look at I imagine you've seen the original or the group that it's intending or the
Yes.
specific character.
Yeah.
It's a
Do
little
you
rough.
think so? I'm gonna go back here to connect to a sequel. Do you think in the throne room section of the build, there's gonna be some little Easter egg where the doors can open for the holocron? Or something like
I
when you're building and maybe that wall, the
hmm,
holocron's like embedded deep in there, something like that.
that would be
That's
cool.
something that
That'd be
I think
cool.
they could just like kind of like how in
Like something up here.
the MIDI scale sets they put the studs in and they're completely covered, but
Yeah.
that's how they sneak the characters in. Maybe something like that, kind of just like Easter egg. I could see them doing that, but maybe not a whole thing where they intentionally open up to the holocron.
Yeah. No, and
I'm
I
sorry, the
hope
Wayfinder, Wayfinder.
I hope this set is laced with Easter eggs like
Should
that
be
and little things here and there that really elevate it to an adult collector's level. Because on the
right.
surface, I know many people obviously have compared it to a dollhouse, which is essentially what it is, more or less.
Yeah.
So giving it those little things here or there that really bring it to that adult collector level
Hmm.
is going to
You want the
be
experience. You're
important.
building a
Yeah. Oh
9,000
yeah.
piece set, and that was definitely one of my gripes with the Titanic build was it was so long and it was so repetitive. There was nothing in there. If they put little Easter eggs, it at least gives some sort of a spark. And I want to get your opinion looking at this front view. When you had heard that it was going to be a rectangular diorama, did you have the same like heart drop that I did? Because when I heard rectangular, I was not thinking it would even be in the shape of the Death Star. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be Batcave 2.0.
That no, that's exactly what I thought as well. I thought it was going to be basically straight up retail dioramas
Mm-hmm.
where they kind of just slide into place, and then
Mm.
maybe you can reorient. Maybe there would be an extra one here or there you could switch out if you wanted to, but ultimately you just slide in, slide out. Everything is kind of disjointed. So from that respect, this is better than that. 100%. This is
Right,
better than just
right. I was
a
very
square
pleased
block.
to see this. Now it's still underwhelming to what my hopes were going to be for the set, but it is better than when I heard rectangular diorama. Specifically, that the actual laser build implementation is
Yep.
that is something that I'm just like that's
It's
something
a
I want to
highlight.
build. That's something
Yeah.
I want to build right now. The way they integrated that is absolutely better than. And I saw a couple people point out that yes, they used a transparent clear piece, which is crazy that they've never done it before to actually show the correct geometry of the laser firing off.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's 100%. No, that's cool to
I can't
see.
believe they haven't used it before this.
Yeah, and talking to the shape of the build,
Yes.
this is the side orientation based on the kind of how wide it is, and I think it's about 10 inches essentially, from front to back, this side to this side.
Hmm.
Do you think there will be intentions, or there is an intention to have the option to display it from the backside?
I hope so. That's something I do hope. And when I try to think of, this is 9,000 pieces, where are all of those pieces coming in? Because I've seen the comparisons of size wise, it's pretty similar to the circular diameter of the Millennium Falcon UCS set.
Yep,
And we know
100%.
that that's got a lot more, and that's like 7,800 pieces, maybe off the top of my head.
Yep,
So with where
75.
is
Yeah,
that extra bit coming in? And so in my mind, yes, I do want to see it that way. The benefit of this being, a 10-inch deep, depth set is that it can fit on basically, I mean, go to Wayfair, every single shelf is going to be at least 10 inches. So
true.
this is absolutely going to, and that's where I do see the benefit of designing it
Yeah,
this way instead of this 20-inch sphere. I get it. So I do hope that the backside is because the silhouette of it and with that laser coming out, I think can make up for a lot of you know, the disheartening feelings that I had of, okay, well, there's still a
Yep.
way to display a Death Star.
Yep. No, it's a good way of putting it. And I'm deciding because I imagine you've seen we'll call them meme pictures of
Hmm.
comparing it to whether it's that Angry Birds
Yeah.
Star Wars thing, or is it gonna look too campy from the backside, like literally a pizza
So,
or just some sort of that's my fear, is that it's gonna look too campy from the backside. And sure, it'll be greeble
mhm,
detail. There will be things. What just came to mind actually,
yeah.
could the backside have a MIDI scale trench run? Is that where the
Yes,
trench run could be?
absolutely. It could. It absolutely could. And yeah, like you were about to say, there has to be a trench run somewhere, referenced somewhere, right? So that's absolutely a place it could be. In my mind, I think they're either going to do nothing on the backside and it's going to be just grayed off to the minimum you know, it's not going to be random colors on the backside, but it's either going to be just gray flat or it's going to be high level of detail. I don't think they're going to do something in between where it's like, this doesn't look
Hmm.
great. I would lean towards either of the extremes.
Okay. Because I would definitely lean towards in the middle of
Okay.
greebling enough to make it reasonable. Because of course, just we know right off the gate, this dish is going to be visible on the backside. So we
Right.
we factually know
So
that that at least is going to be visible.
right. And so I would have to imagine like they know that's visible. They did that intentionally from the front side. So from the back
Yeah.
side, at the minimum, maybe that's got some sort of like I just I feel like there's gotta be some level back there. There's gotta
Hmm.
be.
Yeah. Because and even looking to this, it would be very poor in my opinion if it all looked like this flat
Right.
here, or
Right.
snot. It looks more like snot detailing. If that's what it was,
I wish we had more pieces because if we had more pieces, we could slap so many 1x2 grill pieces on the back and kind of make the Death Star too.
true. Yeah,
But there's no
that would
way.
be an interesting thing.
There's a
Yeah, and
0%
yeah,
chance.
if we didn't have this picture
Yeah.
with a very flat side, we could definitely speculate on that. But it's interesting. You can definitely see some sort of detailing in gray. Like it's not even a flat up and down. Even if this is
Right.
at some sort of perspective shift,
Yeah.
it's definitely not flat. And
And
I would,
that base
yeah,
shape has got to have something to it.
yep. Which I think what we know. And of course,
Nice.
this is fun fact, and I think Get Cooped has stated this as well. This is an AI image where someone said, "Take this
Nice.
picture and put it on a desk." The indication being, you see when you get a glare on cardboard, you can see the
Yeah.
corrugation. So you see that
Yes.
corrugation right above
Yes.
the glass window, and then you come over here, and hey, look at that, it's right there.
Yeah, this looks so much better.
So this is definitely an AI image that someone created, and you can even see the orange hue that's on the
Yeah.
front of the box. That
Yep.
there's no way that light
I
is.
like that AI tried to emulate the orange in the background.
Yeah, it was smart. It was yeah,
It's intelligent.
but so I don't even know if because that was a question for me when I thought originally that this was
So,
an
yeah,
like
go
what
back
the
to the
stand
side view
is.
because now looking at that side view, what's popping out of the bottom to me looks like the front of it. So, it's just it has to be weighted in some sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
It almost looks like there's like a coil underneath of it.
Oh, that little thingy right there,
Yeah, like what are there going to be supports that we didn't see in the front of the
like
box
Technic
picture?
something or other.
Yeah.
So my prediction was that this is held in by
Oh,
pins,
oh, I see it. I see it.
and then you pop that off, but then that doesn't
Now,
fit.
look right
Also,
next to the plaque.
oh yeah.
Look right next to it.
There it is.
Yep.
There's some Technic. There's the Technic stand.
Yep. So there's definitely supports on either side of it.
Interesting. Those are gonna have to be super beefy. Here, let me pull this one right next to.
So yep.
Okay, and then okay, I see exactly how it's gonna be. So you're gonna
Yeah.
get like this giant circle. It's gonna be relatively freestanding, but then the black base is probably honestly going to be as wide as
Ah,
the
no, because we would see it in this
Death Star
picture.
is.
we would see it in here. It
Well,
doesn't it
I
doesn't
think they're
have to
doing a
be.
little bit of hiding.
Oh, well, I would hope they wouldn't go crazy hiding that much. I think the way it's angled, you just can't see the other one. Um,
Because
I
definitely
don't
this
think
would
because I
attach. I
don't
feel
think
like
they
this
have
would
to be.
attach to it.
They don't have to be too beefy. Essentially, their goal is to prevent this thing from rolling one way or the other, I think. I think that the base is going to be square enough to support the actual weight. I think the main job of these supports is to keep it from rolling one way or the other. To like if you knock this thing at the top, I think that's just resisting that rotation.
So I would also be more. I'd probably be more concerned about it falling on its face. So having a wider base so it doesn't fall on its face.
Yeah,
But
like you can see that bottom. It's gotta have. Yeah.
I
I
think,
just wonder
yeah,
how do you think you're gonna move it?
I
Because with
would.
these large sets, they always do a good job of making them
Yep. So I think they're
transportable.
going to tell you hold it with the back against your chest.
Yeah.
Put your hands right here
Yep.
and right here. And
Yep.
then I feel like it should be from there. It should be pretty easy. You just kind of carry it like a beach ball, essentially.
A very delicate
Yeah.
beach ball. And I mean, all of those figures, I can just imagine things rattling around on the
Oh, yeah.
insides, like as I'm walking upstairs or something like that. Like, oh,
Because
that
what?
is
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
30. We'll say just 30 inches wide, which is crazy. I have my tape measure here. I always like to pull this thing out.
So, what do you think? This is a complete tangent, but are we getting a spiral bound notebook in this?
What did the what's the was the Venator spiral
No,
bound?
no.
Then I would venture we do not get one, unfortunately.
That was one of
We
my hopes for
should.
this being 1,000. One of my hopes was bring back the big spiral bound instruction booklet. Those things were fantastic. I never actually built a set with one of those, but I've seen them and they're fantastic. So, but I can also see this as like it doesn't. There's no indication on the box, at least on the front. But I know Lego puts on there how many people can technically build
Yep.
simultaneously. I would
Yep.
probably see this as one that they would want multiple people to be able to build.
I would think cuz you could
Right?
probably have like someone builds each room. Someone can build a room, this room 1, 2, 3, and then you kind of
Yeah.
set it to the side. Then when the
And that's
person
where,
who's working on
yeah.
the shell, you just
And
kind
you
of
had
slot
mentioned
it in.
earlier, like when you were rectangular, it was almost could it be bays that slide in and out. And if that were the case, that would be exactly how the build would be broken out. But
Yeah.
definitely doesn't look like it. So, but I'm
No.
curious because it definitely feels like a set that they would want multiple, just because it's not like a mega display set. Well, I mean it is, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's not a.
Yep.
It has a little bit more of a collaborative feel. Like, all right, let's pop on Star Wars and crank through
100%.
the Death Star.
Yeah, and back to your instruction manual thoughts. I feel like we won't. They'll probably have like 3 to 5 instruction booklets is what I'm thinking, instead of one big spiral bound. Just because I can only imagine those spiral bound instructions booklets are so much more expensive
Oh
than
yeah,
just making these
yeah.
smaller individual ones. Speaking to the Bricklink Designer Program, one of the reasons that they do instruction manuals only and they don't give you physical books
Hmm.
is because Alex, the senior program manager, said that it would add probably $40 to
Yeah,
the retail price to
I
create
bet.
those.
And
So we'll
that's for
say
them.
like
As someone,
even
I
yeah,
used to print instruction manuals, and yeah, I would have to sell the printed ones at $50 or $100 each when I was producing them in small
whew,
batches, and yeah, they're expensive
yeah,
for high quality prints. So yeah, $40 at least they would add to their retail
yeah,
value.
yeah. So okay, let's get into. Let's see, we talked about the minifigs. Actually, we do
Hmm.
have a couple of these just were shared. I don't know
Ooh,
if you've seen these yet.
this is brand new.
So we've got the dignitary here.
Yeah,
No skirt print. Kind of a shame, in my opinion. Just some
yeah,
detailing.
yeah. The beach trooper looks. That bathing suit looks sweet.
Dude,
Looks
those
good.
dual molded legs
Looks good.
with the little Imperial
Oh
logo.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so good.
That looks good.
It's so good. I mean, Farm Boy Luke. I think those are new prints, but I mean,
Are
Farm Boy
those dual
Luke.
molded legs?
I doubt it. I think you can kind of see the tan on the side.
Okay.
So I'd be very surprised if they were dual molded. And then of course R2, whatever. Let's see. Okay, going to the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a section in your stream about talking about certain rooms? Or you wouldn't have known that.
Rooms, not really. I did talk about the overall construction of it, and that was probably a little bit earlier in the stream. I put a diagram up. Yeah, there it is. So this is what I had thought it was going to be: a completely covered playset area, and then there was going to be Death Star 2 finishes on the other side. However, there would also be parts kind of like the Porsche 911 set where you could decide if you wanted to fully encase it or not,
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point. So I always thought the playset area was going to be an area, um, but I just thought that they were going to have at least the other half completely filled out. So I guess from that perspective, I did always think there was going to be the playset area, but I didn't have like a specific room prediction. I would have just gone with the basics: trash compactor,
Yeah.
Emperor's throne room, a docking bay, Luke and Leia swinging through the hallways. Nothing too substantial or out of the actual meeting room where the Imperials meet in episode 4.
Yep.
I'd honestly probably wouldn't have even had the elevator in there. So
Me
I
either.
think they probably hit everything I would have guessed.
Yep. And going through the ones that I have, C3PO, I kind of went chronologically
Mm-hmm.
through the film. First off, C3PO and R2 in the control room, the red and black room.
Yep.
Very nice touch that this overlooks the hangar bay. I think I didn't think
Yeah,
about that mentally, but that's a really fantastic connection
I
there.
think so too. I also like how they show that there's a red light on there.
For back in the on the paneling or where?
Yeah, it looks like it's actually illuminated.
Yeah.
We know that's a sticker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%, unfortunately. Hallway diorama. I did mention, like, I literally pulled up the scene where he's running through the hallway
Yeah.
looking back, and then I wanted the part where you could put a bunch of stormtroopers where he goes to the doors like screams
Mm-hmm.
and then shoots a couple of them. So that's of course off the edge of the Death Star. But I did have that one in there. Kenobi deactivating. Yes, obviously you have to have that.
Yep. I know a lot
Very
of people have hyped
smart.
that up as that's a significant improvement since previous ones, I guess, that we've seen.
Okay, I could believe that. I mean, I did pull it up last time, but honestly, in my mental remembrance, it looked about the same. I think it was a double-edged sword for them to include the swinging in the same exact scene. But I
Agree.
mean, if they had to do it to save space, then
Yeah.
fair, very
Now, I've got
fair.
a gripe here now that I'm thinking about it. So we have Vader's meditation room. Do we know if he had one on the Death Star? Do we
Don't get me
know if
started.
that
No, we don't know that he had one, and
could
I
have?
would argue we don't know for a fact canonically that he doesn't have one. However, I would say he definitely does not have one, because in the discussion in this very room,
Yeah.
he was very clear about how much he despised the Death Star. So why would he have a meditation chamber room on the Death Star that he despised its existence?
Fair. I guess also his destroyer is going to be right in orbit of it. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
So that was weird.
I think that's probably one where they were like, "What do we have space for?"
Well, so here's the thing though. Someone commented, I think I was doing a vertical live stream, and they commented, what if
Yeah.
that's intended to be the stormtrooper, the beach stormtrooper hangout spot? Which is weird.
I would not like that. I would not. If that's supposed to be Vader's chamber, keep it that way in my mind. Yeah,
Yeah. So that, I mean,
because
that's
we
kind of a
don't see
shame.
that on the
Like,
box, but we don't see the beach trooper anywhere. But like, and I imagine that's
yeah,
because they want to keep it a surprise of where that is.
that's true. Or like some
But
people are saying it's just in one of these,
could be 100%.
behind one of these doors, or um, in one of the elevator rooms, something like
Yeah,
that. But
absolutely. Do you think that the elevator is going to be somewhat functioning, or do you think it's just going to be a little platform that's built at each level and the door can slide open?
the rumor is that it functions.
Because so the
So
2016 one was to a degree.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know how it would function. Of course, when I initially looked at it, I was like, well, that's dumb. One of them is out of.
I know, me too.
But after looking at it again, I think it's just because the door is open.
Yeah.
So it that will close, and then it's in line with the rest of them. But something I did just notice is we have a little gear here.
There is, but there's not any at any other floors. So
I
if that's a
know.
gear to function,
Yeah,
so I don't think it's a gear to, unless that's the only door that opens, which it could be.
that
Be a
would be
shame.
odd, but it could be, yeah.
But in terms of anything else it could it control Luke and Leia swinging?
That's true. It could control that. That would be very roundabout to get to
I
there.
know. Yeah, you'd rather have that up in the actual base of the throne room. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I don't know what else it could control unless that could control the actual elevator itself
I could
going
see
up and
that
down.
being the case. I could see that where this is the floor right here of the elevator, and then spinning this will move it up and down. That could make sense.
Some sort of rope pulley system, but that's
Yeah.
the igniter of it. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that making sense. What's another one that I have? Let me pull it up.
Is there a reference to the gunners firing off the laser but having no rail? I was curious if that was going to be something they were gonna
I so
bring in.
I think they just have the room the people were sitting in with the
Yeah,
controls. Unless, I mean, maybe this spot right here,
there could be
directly
something
under the
there.
gunner, under the
There
gun.
could be something. I wonder
So
how much that's going to be able to move. The previous Death Stars, they've been very flexible in terms of if they could move left, right, up, and down. This looks like it's a static. It's definitely not moving up or down, but maybe it could move left and right.
I no, I wholeheartedly agree. I don't think this thing is moving.
Nah.
To your point, it could move left towards us, but there's no shot this thing is moving
No, no. Yeah, the way the
to
shell
the
is built,
right.
no way. And looking at it, I'm leaning towards it can't move, but if it was going to, left and right would be it.
Yeah. Let's see what the chat's saying. I haven't checked in with you guys in a while. Brickmaster Harry showing up. A-Cobb showing up. Actually, let me pull it over here so I can pop people up on screen. Serious question. Lego has flat out refused to show May butts over the past year. Why? It seems like they're just trying to put their best foot forward and not advertise a side of the set that they don't think is going to be a draw. Because yeah, you're right. I mean,
Ooh, I just thought of that. The
cer-
factory worker would have taken a picture of the back of the box if it showed something crazy.
yeah, that's a good point as well.
Yeah, you took a picture of so much. You were gonna take a picture of the back if it had it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Because we got
if
the
you think about
side.
it, someone walked in on him, so he may have been shuffling to get this thing,
I
to
guess
get the
at
pictures
that
and get
point
it put
though,
away.
yeah, potentially. Because I know we saw the side of, and I can't tell if this is one of the interior build boxes or if this is the actual side of the box. Do you know what I'm talking about? It looks like almost like a concept art image of the Death Star.
Let's
I'm guessing it's
see.
the actual side because I don't think they would have opened it up. However, there's the one box image and you see like the Death Star. It looks like a concept art image.
You're saying this one that we've seen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So usually on the front of the box they'll have the Lego logo, 18 plus set number, and all that stuff. I tend to believe this is the front of the box, and
Right.
even
That's
so, it
definitely
looks
the
like
front. Well,
they
no,
did pull it out of the cardboard.
they did, but there's a picture of the side of the box and it's like a red and
Oh,
blue
oh no,
gradient.
yeah. I didn't pull that one up. I don't know why. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'm guessing it's the side of the actual box, but it could also be. That would just be next level though to crack the box open and start pulling stuff out. So that's where I maybe am pulling back on it being a side of an interior box.
Has image. And I do have to say, if that image is the front of the box, then that's like that's a crispy photo.
It's definitely the front. Now, 100% that's the front of the box.
Let's see. It's not.
Just curious why the back. Maybe the back is just a mosaic of all the different rooms. That's all I can really think of.
Oh boy, I can't find it. Last shot, and if I can't find it here, then we'll move
M-
on.
Move along.
Yes, yes. Where is it? There it is. All right.
All right, here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
This one.
Yes. Okay, that's definitely the side of the box. I remembered it
Correct.
being a little bit thinner. That's why I was curious if that was the front. But no, that's 100% the side. Interesting.
Fantastic rendering, though. Holy cow, this is
I
beautiful.
know, it is sweet. That is a part of what I was hoping for with this. I want a premium. So how come we couldn't do something like that? Well, I know why, because it's not a sphere, but like imagine the front of the box with this background instead of that black background.
Would look so good.
I mean,
Would
come
look
on.
so good.
It takes up most of the box anyways, I guess, but like, come on now. Come on now. I thought this was a chance for us to ditch the black box art, but maybe not fully. I guess we still haven't seen the back.
Yeah, we haven't. And then, like you said, I feel like if he had a chance, he got the front, he got the side.
The
This
top?
surely was the first picture as he immediately
Yeah.
opened the box. Didn't get the back, which ideally you think the back would show the back of the set, but maybe just got too much of a rush. Couldn't get that last photo.
Maybe it was blurry. Maybe it was just so blurry, it's just shaking all around.
Fabu says the spiral books are not recyclable, so there's no shot Legos doing those again.
Does
I could
anybody
see that.
recycle their shot?
Oh yeah, no, I recycle.
Well, so
Chat,
this
you
gets
guys
into a
recycle
deeper
your
this gets
books?
into a deeper issue because if you put them in the recycle bin, now your municipality also needs to practice recycling. I mean, if you go into a school, they put the trash in the same bin as they're like an office building. When they come and pick it up, they put it in the same bin. Spoiler alert. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of steps to recycle everything.
yeah.
But the spiral bound, yeah, I guess that metal is not. So I guess that would
Fabu,
go against the paper bags. Watch this be
yeah.
the set to bring us paper bags in the U.S.
Hey, would be though one of the first. Hot or Fabu says this is the hot tub door gear, so maybe this right here is the hot tub.
Maybe,
Just
maybe
a
that is
little,
a
a
little. It
very
almost looks like
little
a little washing
room.
machine.
Yeah. And apparently the gear, yes. There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Elevator gears at the top.
Cool.
Fabu with the info. Let's see. Alrighty, so going on to some additional rooms that I had predicted. Yep, the Kenobi deactivating the tractor beam, the Luke Leia swing, trash compactor, no surprises there.
Mm-hmm.
Prison cell room.
Yeah, that's in there. I know we saw a picture of it at some
And
point.
we get her in her
Yeah,
prison outfit.
you don't want to put the scene of
Oh, but
Han and Chewie back there. The question is, does that connect to like a fall point to get into the trash compactor? The easy answer is yes, it has to.
oh, so you want someone to like a trapdoor here,
Yeah,
and then they fall down into the trash
basically where
compactor.
Chewbacca is standing. I think the effect is cooler too if it drops two stories
Oh yeah,
instead of
yeah.
one. So I think it's got to be like right where Chewbacca's
Oh
standing.
shoot, yeah. No, I could see like he fall down there, and there's this little chamber. It goes whoop, right there.
And then only the one side, that wall on the left of the trash compactor is probably static, and the other one probably rotates to fold in.
Okay. This one here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that one closes in on them, and the left one, that's where the actual chute to come out is.
Yeah, I could see
So
that.
that probably stays still.
That would be cool. Now, if that isn't the case, it's gonna be a crying shame. Because
Well, it would be
that didn't even
that you
cross my
have to.
mind. That didn't
You
cross
have
my
to
mind
put
that
that
they
in
would
there.
do some kind of shoot.
They did a similar one in the 2016 Death
Okay.
Star, but that was
Okay.
not like a multi-level traverse. That's where I think this could elevate that if it's dropping down multiple levels, as opposed to just one.
Yeah. Whoops. Next one, a prison cell room, detention block hallway. So we got basically most of that. No official word on the or the actual cell, but it could be inferred in here. The final duel, obviously, we've
Yes.
already seen
The
that.
diorama set. Yep.
Yeah. Hot tub scene. We don't have confirmation, but we have guesses.
That
We've talked about
yeah,
that.
that door kind of looks like it should be.
Yeah.
Because you look at the other levels and there's nothing like it. So
Yep. Gunner artillery, which
yep.
is what I was intending to be this.
Hmm.
Imperial conference room,
Check.
right here. Hangar bay, one of the bigger sections,
Check.
needing to fit that moderate scale shuttle. And then
I do like getting that shuttle as opposed to like Vader's TIE Advance or like a TIE Fighter. I'm bummed with the gift with purchase, but
hopefully the rumors are wrong on that one. Hopefully.
yeah, you're telling me.
So then two that I threw out there, the Vader Kenobi duel. I mean,
Doesn't look like we have.
oh,
Well, we
no,
kind
it's
of
gonna be
do.
right here. You can see
Well, I
those
see
two
the
studs for them to stand on. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's right in front of the.
Agreed. It's not good. It's not ideal.
No.
But I think that's what they're trying to get at.
Yeah, definitely.
And last one, I just threw this one in there, the Imperial board break room.
A Millennium Falcon would be a better gift with purchase. I know we just got like the polybag one, but like, because then you could swap out the shuttle in the docking bay for the Falcon in the docking bay, and then when Vader and Obi-Wan are fighting, it actually lines
It's
up.
lore accurate. Yeah, that would certainly be much better. I have seen they talked about it on the ACOB show on Thursday night where they were talking about the scale of the MIDI scale Falcon and how it's about 10 inches wide or deep or whatever. And then
it's not small, yeah.
This one is 10 inches from front to back. So it'll stick out a little bit, but it could still work. So there's options there. So I'll say my biggest gripe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we have another little area up here. I didn't quite catch that. It kind of fits in this whole gunner section.
Yeah.
My main gripe with this set so far is a lot of wasted space. It would appear, of course, once we see them functioning with this and all that whole bit, it could change my mind. But it just seems like here's a wasted space.
Yeah, I agree. That
Here's
top
more.
little floor.
Here's more. Like every elevator section just seems very wasted, or just not used functionally. This little blank space here, the entire meditation chamber.
That feels like they filled empty space to me.
Yeah. The hallway scene sort of feels like a cop out, even though I kind of sort of asked for it.
I feel like I wish they could have tied that into the actual hangar bay, because that's, I think, how Han stumbles upon them. So kind of like you were saying, you hope that you could like get into the area. Yeah, the hallway scenes are a little bit of a cop out, especially since those are probably stickers on the wall and not like a brick built. All of like the dock, if you look up like any of Death Star mock build, they always use plates to create those geometries instead. I would have preferred that.
So I hope there's enough in here. Let's see, let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those better be prints.
No shot.
Ladies and gentlemen. 12 in one set.
Look at the Avengers Tower. There's no shot.
What was the repetitious sticker in that set?
Well, I think there's like 58 of them. I think that was the problem.
I just realized, actually, I was like, it's black and there's these little dots. Oh, it's space. That's right. So we get a nice
I would say those are probably printed. I think those are probably like printed one by whatever bricks.
Oh, I would say these are just studs. At least these two big ones are probably studs. The small ones, you're probably right. Those.
You're probably right about the stud.
Because that makes me think of like the little printing they do on.
Could it be? No, that double one at the bottom doesn't. I was gonna say, could it be like the modified brick with a hole in it, and then with like a white bar piece jammed in the back of it to kind of give it, like basically if they jammed a white lightsaber into a modified brick, but it doesn't really look like that to me.
Especially this one, it looks.
How'd they do it in Tales of the Space Age? I forget that build. I
Let
have
me
the
look
set,
it
but I
up.
forget how they did it in Tales of the Spacey.
Yeah, there could be some uh little. Oh, it was a 1x1 tile that had just a star sprite on it, and it was put on a
Oh.
headlight brick. It looks like
And we're probably getting that exact. That's probably exactly what that is
100%.
here.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see like we thought they were circles, but you can see the plus
Yeah. Yep.
sprite. It's
Yep.
just lost in a couple pixels. Whoops. So
And
yeah,
those are probably studs.
that's a good call out actually. I wouldn't have thought of that. Pockets Master, love the elevator shafts. Number one thing on my list of Death Slice must-haves.
Do you think Kyrie Irving's gonna buy the set?
Is he a Lego fan?
Do you know the lore on Kyrie?
No.
He believes in certain things being flat.
Well, that was my first joke. Was the flat earthers are
Yeah,
they've won this round?
they're
Yes,
jacked
they
up.
have. They have to buy the set. That was the main demographic that Lego was going for when they made this. They're gonna make it big. They're gonna make it big here. So those were all my rooms. $1,000. Obviously, we haven't seen it in person yet. I mean, like have you held the UCS Falcon or looked at it, seen it in person?
I've seen it in person at the store plenty of times. I have one sealed, and to be honest, and we can get into it if we're going to discuss the purchasing, so I'll hold that until then.
Yep.
But no, I haven't actually built it myself yet.
Okay. Because I was just kind of thinking, and this is a problem that I typically have, is not really knowing the true scale, the true size. But having the Falcon, I'm sure, helps me
Yeah,
know, all right,
yeah.
this is what it's going to look like.
Right, for
This is what
sure.
you can
And I think
expect.
even seeing this on display in the Lego store front window, I don't think does it. Like, I mean, you go there and you see the Eiffel Tower and the thing is enormous. I can only imagine what that looks like in an actual room.
Yeah.
Similar with the Titanic, it didn't look as big in person as when I actually built it. And the T-Rex fossil is another one that you see it and it's so I don't know how the display for this will work, but yeah, I'm excited to see some actual reviews coming out probably in the next
Yep.
month.
Based on the information we have now, does this pass the eye test for you of being a currently $1,000 price? Now, a lot of people haven't been talking about it, but we know it's no surprise that Lego has been increasing prices on sets that have not been officially announced. So this is, of course, rumored as a
Hmm.
thousand.
Right.
I mean, I would not be surprised in the
It
slightest if it ends up
can't.
being 1,049,
No,
1,099. Like,
no. They're gonna keep it 99999. They know that extra cent is gonna deter so many people. So I don't see them changing that. But to me, this reeks more of a $700 set.
okay. Yep.
I don't see 1,000. And I think a part of it too is when I first heard $1,000 debt, like that is just a number we haven't heard. And I went back through and said, the Millennium Falcon was technically by inflation a $1,000 set today. However, it's to be the first one, I think is the issue for me. If
Yeah.
we had $2,000 sets and then this came out, I don't think I would have the reaction and everyone else would have the reaction that they did because it would have been kind of established at that point. But when you're jumping to a new tier, that is to me where it's like this is not what you should have done. Like there surely, and this is not going to be the last $1,000 set. I
100%.
think the first one was always going to be Star Wars. So what else could it have been from Star Wars to be
Ah.
the first 1,000? I don't know, but that's just kind of my issue. And I think as time goes by, maybe that pill gets a little bit easier to swallow of like the hopes and dreams for the first $1,000 set mixed it actually kind of bogged down with what we actually got. So right now when I first saw it, my reaction was I don't know if I want to buy this on day one. I don't know if I want to buy it. My gut reaction initially was I'm not buying this. And then as the day went on, it kind of eased on a little bit, but where I get a little bit indifferent is I have a sealed UCS Falcon. And what if I could just build a docking bay 327 for $1,000? Then I could build my Falcon. And then, because have you ever seen the coffee tables that have docking bay 327 with
Yep.
the Falcon?
Oh yeah.
So what if I could do that for? I don't think it would be cheaper than 1,000 based on the ones that I've kind of researched
That's
into,
true.
but
Yeah.
that was where my first reaction was like, okay, but I still want to make something big and Death Star related. And then as time has gone on, it's been like, you know what, this is good. It's a good set. I just don't see
Yeah.
the $1,000 value. That's where it gets
Yeah.
tricky for me.
Yeah. And another thing that, as I was rewatching the ACOB podcast live show from Thursday night, I was
Mhm.
rewatching it today to kind of get in the mindset for this. And Brent brought up, if you were to split this into quartiles and try to pawn those off essentially at $250 slices,
Yeah, no,
would that mentally work for you? So let's say
no.
uh we take this slice
Take
and
the top
go
right.
trash compactor, hallway, detention block.
I
We
would say
take that kind of,
I would say the detention block's giving it an extra, but I would go top right quadrant because we know we can base off of the final duel set.
so you go like here down to the,
Luke and Leia's feet, essentially.
okay, so you wouldn't even count Kenobi in there in the meditation chamber.
We could count Kenobi, but not the meditation chamber.
Okay. And then this conference room.
Yeah, that to me is not a $250 set. Now, the assault on Hoth probably would have called it a $250 set, but
True. And I wonder if the back of this is gonna,
make up for that's where I think if the back is very detailed, that I think could swing me
okay.
right back to I'm buying this right away.
Okay.
I've been very public on the record of saying that I've been stashing my points ever since finding out about this. I've been stashing my Lego shop at home points, my credit card reward points. Like
Yeah.
I am close to getting this thing at I am close to achieving that. But
Nice.
it's still like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but if the back is detailed, that could swing me right back to, yep, day one. Let's do it.
So
I
if
just
this,
9,000 pieces. There has to be.
yeah. No, I think the back will be moderately detailed. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle of Greebold. Man, if we get a trench run on the
Definitely
back,
could
like
be.
I said in the beginning, I think that would be
Yeah.
really, really cool. Wouldn't sway me, of course. But back to the price point, like a thousand, going back to smaller sets, 109.99 is the new 99.99 essentially. So even if they bump this to 1,099,
Nope.
what, you're not doing it
Nope.
on
That would be a
principle? It
deal
sounds
breaker.
like.
On principle, yeah. That
Yeah.
would be a deal breaker for me. I'm already sitting here saying this doesn't look like 1,000. For it to go to 1,100, that would immediately be like, yeah, no. Like, no. There better be something special in that box if they were to raise that.
Yeah.
There better be like there was the one Harry Potter set that had the golden figure. Like there better be stuff like that in here if they're gonna raise the price at all. Shoot, it should still be in there anyways. But
Tyler with a great thought, building on the trench run. If they throw bars sticking out to move the vehicles through it, that could be interesting.
ooh, I
Some
don't think
sort
it could
of,
be. I don't think it could be. But that gear that we can see, could that move something on the backside?
that would be wild.
Because it's kind of close to the equator of the
Yeah. No, that's true. If
low
it were to
chance.
go anywhere, because you wouldn't think the trench run would be like, it wouldn't be vertical or at some weird angle. It definitely would have to be a cross
Right.
seamed.
If they could
Let's
make the
see.
Pac-Man machine work, they could make this work.
ACOP says that box shot of the tiled off Deathy, have they ever shown something on the exterior they didn't deliver onto that? I don't know if I understand the question. Because what's the tiled off? Where's the tiled off Death Star? I'm not sure. Let's see. Have they ever not delivered for you for a big purchase? So let's say like you built the Slave 1 Jangos.
Yes.
Did that deliver for you as a $300 UCS set?
Yeah. I think especially with the Kenobi Starfighter still being out as well, I picked that up and made like a Camino landing platform mock too. So yeah, for three,
Nice.
that hit for me, it felt maybe a little bit high when you look at it on the shelf, but no,
Yeah.
I don't have any remorse with that one.
What about? Did you get Jabba's barge?
No, I did not. That for me is one where I'm like,
Yeah. Should have been probably $100 cheaper, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, that's one that I probably don't see myself ever pulling the trigger on. Maybe right before retirement, just because you never know. But
Yeah.
mm,
With the, let's see, we talked about the GWP a little bit. The latest
yes,
rumor, which I hope is wrong, is a TIE fighter with 3 minifigs, potentially a TIE fighter pilot that came in the UCS Interceptor. So it's basically got arm printing.
sure.
That's about it. Is that enough to sway you?
I don't know because my initial intent with the gift with purchase was have all these points, get the gift with purchase, sell the gift with
Sell it.
purchase.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm even. I just got a free Death Star. That was my
Yeah.
initial intention. A lightsaber was what I was hoping it would be. Um, it should. I thought Palpatine's lightsaber was a perfect candidate for this one.
Yeah.
Um,
That would have been amazing.
no, like even with the Django, to go back to that, I didn't build that gift with purchase. I don't, it's kind of just the box is off somewhere.
Yeah.
I, I don't know. No, I don't love that. I don't. I feel like they kind of just slapped the TIE fighter on. I feel like we could have gotten something cooler. Maybe that could have been how they incorporated Galen or so, or something, someone
Yeah.
exclusive instead. I would have been fine with that because especially with it being Galen or so, it's like, well, it's kind of a slap on anyway. So I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world. Now the value would be insane, but
Yeah, if there's any sort of exclusivity in that GWP, it's going to be at least $100, up to 2, 3. It would be
yeah,
wild if we see record GWP numbers, like we're talking 300 to
I don't think
$400.
so. Yeah, I don't think so unless there was some crazy figure in there
Yeah,
because when we saw the AT-AT Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, I don't think that goes for as much as Yoda's lightsaber from the cantina.
and I think Luke's is probably
It's
150.
close. Yeah, no, Yoda's is like when I sold one of my Yoda lightsabers, it was like 240.
Really? Wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that one because that was a yellow box, wasn't it?
I picked up two of those. I'm surprised by that too. So I don't think we're gonna cross the record there, but especially not for the TIE fighter.
Yeah, I'm seeing one. Oh, that's from Hungary. So we'll say, man, they're all overseas. Ooh, I mean, okay, 200. You can buy one. Cheapest I'm finding quickly is 200 for Luke's, not the Luke's Empire Strikes Back
Yeah.
lightsaber.
Yep.
Yeah. 40483. New. Give me a new one. Man, so many being sold overseas right now. It's kind of wild. Come on. US only. Thank you. Yeah, 200 seems to be the latest and greatest.
Gotcha.
Oh, I could do sold real quick. While I'm here. Oh, 350. Oh, no, it was a dual pack. 5 and 6 for 350. That's actually not a bad deal.
No, 175 each.
Someone bought it for $100 plus $8 shipping
Nice
a
investment.
couple weeks ago. That's a
Nice.
great deal.
Nice.
Yeah, so like 150 to 180. But yeah, nothing, not record breaking numbers. Harry asking a good question. Is AT-AT worth $800 to you guys? I would say to me it is because that's how much I bought it for.
Yeah.
So I can't
Yeah.
say it's
I
not
would
if I
say
actually
so.
bought it.
I would say so. I had it, I built it, then I sold it, then I bought a sealed one right before it retired. So, so yeah, complicated, but I think that one is.
Did you get a ACOP saying it's worth $5.99, Harry? Shout out to Walm's last Black Friday. I totally forgot about that, but yeah, Walmart had a
Oh yeah.
$599
Well, when I got it
AT-AT
right
deal.
before, it was like one of the 5x points, so I technically got it for like a
Okay,
lot cheaper. And I was like,
nice.
well, these points are going straight to the Death Star, so
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, all in all, where you're at, are you at $9.99.99 plus all of your discounts, etc., stuff, points saved up from
yeah.
all various places? are you picking this up for $999?
My answer today is no, not on
Oh,
day
okay.
one,
Okay.
but the first promotion that hits, yes, and that day one answer could shift between now and October 1st.
How much bearing will the GWP? Will the GWP solely have
Zero.
bearing monetarily?
Zero for me at
Okay.
this point. Zero for me at this point. It's truly going to come down to do I want to take up the space with this?
Mm.
And is this what I see that, or do I want to spend the money elsewhere? Do I want to wait for the next big set type of thing? So that's where I see it from me.
We're in an interesting spot, and I think over the next, if I had to guess, early September, when these things start getting officially revealed,
Yeah.
we're going to see in-hand reviews. We're all going to be glued to Solid Bricks. We're going to be
Oh
glued
yeah.
to our favorite Instagram shorts, reels, TikTok creators, watching those
I'm sure there's going to be
in-depth.
someone who gets it early that wasn't supposed to.
That would be crazy. That would be wild.
I
That
don't
would
know
be
about first,
wild.
but
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Harry mentioned it. A couple of people have mentioned it to me, of course, with my current short style of upgrading some of these minifigures. That would be an interesting angle
you could
to
have a
this.
lot of content right there.
Yeah, it would take. I think I calculated it would take about 5 million views to pay for the set itself, just to break even. So
30 fades.
maybe, but that would mean I would have to build this whole thing, and I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, see, some psychos just said they would do it for 30 hours straight. So
Yeah, very true. Let's see. Do you reckon, Christian Reed, do you reckon the Stormtrooper hot tub will be a mini build that you can take in and out of an empty room? At this point, based on what we see, I don't think we're getting any sort of mini build or whatever. It's just going to be sort of shoved into
yeah,
one of these
probably.
closed areas. So, yeah. Brian, thanks for hopping in. Definitely not going to make excuses for inflated prices, but the cost of ABS plastic has just increasingly gone up. The cost of this set in parts to me looks like a $350 budget cost. Based on, and that's just part cost. So that doesn't count the time of people's effort, the designer time, anything like that. So that would be interesting to see materials being about 35% of their budget. Interesting. Let's see what else is chat saying. There's a pic of the back of the where's the pic of the back of the box?
That
I
would
would
be
love
new.
to see that.
That would be new.
I'm not, unless you're talking about this, which isn't the back of the box.
Yeah, right.
It's on Reddit. Okay.
Ooh, gonna have to do some digging later.
I'm
Gonna
gonna
have
do
to
some digging right now since this is hot information. Let's see, Lego Death Star UCS leak.
I guess. Oh yeah.
I don't see anything.
It
I
would
just
be
see what's already been shared.
Mm.
When look up on the Lego Star Wars leaks.
Yeah, r/Lego SW leaks or whatever.
All right, I'm looking. I feel like I would have known about this. We'll go new even. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I don't think that is the case. Okay, well, on Lego Star Wars leaks, they did say that these are modular. They think these sections are modular here and that they can be pulled out.
Interesting. I don't know why, but interesting.
Yeah, that'll be. It doesn't seem to be much benefit in that, but interesting thought. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, they do like a close up of each room.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
nothing new.
I saw that. Yeah,
Oh, they do have a picture of Leia with Vader and the probe droid.
Yes, that's what I remember seeing. I
Yep.
remember seeing that
I
little
forgot
close-up.
about that. So, yeah, nothing new there. Oh, and they do show Vader and Kenobi fighting. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, as we start winding down, Christian is in the boat of not purchasing this just yet. Of course, myself, I am not in the boat of purchasing it at all currently. I can think of a lot of good things to spend $1,000 on. But in the chat, I'm curious if anyone out there is planning on picking this thing up. So I can't wait to see the in-hand reviews from
Oh, I
members
can't
of the
wait.
Lego Ambassador Network.
Solid
In-hand
Bricks'
reviews.
notifications are going on in 2 weeks.
That's a good call. That's a good call. So yeah, thank you everyone in the chat for joining us this evening to talk about this. I was gonna say amazing just because normally when we look at these UCS sets, it's amazing. But
This behemoth.
Behemoth, that is a fantastic way of describing this set. But yeah, in the next, we might do one more stream, and if you'd like to join, certainly
Oh
can.
yeah.
Where it's like part 3. Part 1 was we're talking about the latest rumors of the rooms and stuff like that. Part 2, we're talking about actual pictures. Part 3 might have to be like showing this in front of an actual person
Now,
and
yeah.
what it actually looks like.
Right.
So, whew. And hey, if part 4 is you singing in the background back here, that would be a very wild progression.
Something would have to happen.
I'm not counting on it. I'm not counting on it. Thank you, Evan, for joining again. Thank you, All Out Brick, for joining this evening.
Absolutely.
I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'm actually gonna go shoot some more shorts. I've got this bad boy chilling right here. So
There we go.
yeah, I'm beating a dead horse that might not actually be dead yet. So stay tuned. But thanks everyone, and have a wonderful night. See y'all later.